Hi Wendy. On behalf of the Student Life Wellbeing faculty, I have a proposal to make that will improve the well-being of students at Rodbury High School, with the main focus on mental health and personal and social capability. We propose that our school provide access to the Youth Mental Health First Aid course for all teachers employed at our school. According to last year's WSQ, 1 in 6 senior and 1 in 12 junior students of ours have experienced a form of depression, which alarmingly surpasses the average Australian figures of 1 in 16. We believe that educators have a vital role to play in not only supporting and enhancing their well-being, but also identifying and appropriately managing the initial stages of the students' well-being and mental health. However, unfortunately, there is not enough adequate training that enables us to do so. And for that reason, we propose our school provides funding for all teachers to complete the Youth Mental Health First Aid course.
Youth Mental Health First Aid course educates adults about teenage development and the signs and symptoms of common and debilitating mental health disorders. Participants of the program learn how to obtain assistance for a young person who is developing a mental illness, what types of help have been proven to be supportive, and how to administer first aid in crisis situations. Upon completion of the program, teachers walk away with specific transferable skills and strategies that will equip students to live and work successfully in the 21st century. As anyone working in education will be aware of, there has been a significant rise in the number of young people experiencing mental health issues. As teachers, we have a unique relationship with our students, and as a result, we are often aware of or are made aware of when students are going through a difficult emotional period. Mental health issues can affect the students' energy levels, focus, reliability, mental capacity, and most importantly, optimism, which can also result in lower educational achievement as well. According to research, depression is directly linked to poorer grade point average, and co-occurring sadness and anxiety can worsen this link. Furthermore, as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to impact everyday life for many students, developing the personal and social capabilities of our students has never been more important. In conjunction with the improvement of well-being, students' personal and social capabilities are expected to be further strengthened according to the Australian curriculum. And we believe that the more students understand their own emotions, values, abilities, and capacities, the more equipped they will be to regulate their own emotions and behaviors, as well as understanding others' behaviors, and building and maintaining healthy relationships. The effectiveness of the Youth Mental Health First Aid course lies in the connections between the course's outlined outcomes and the 4 elements of personal and social capability. According to the Mental First Aid Australia, providing educators youth mental health first aid training can help whole school environments to intervene early, provide skills, respond in a crisis, and reduce the stigma. These transferable skill sets also fall under sub-elements of the social and personal capabilities. First of all, intervening early. This is where we recognize the warning signs of mental health problems and incorporating reflective practices and generating strategies to prevent and resolve conflicts. And this sits very well with personal and social capability of self-awareness, self-management, and social management. And in the end, this will allow students to recognize emotions, develop reflective practices, and negotiate and resolve conflicts successfully. Secondly, providing skills. This one develops empathy for others, work effectively in teams, establish boundaries and priorities when it comes to mental health. And as you can see in the elements, we have social awareness, social management, self-awareness. And this will allow the students to appreciate diverse perspectives, work collaboratively, and become confident, resilient, and adaptable. Thirdly, responding in a crisis. We can recognize and regulate emotions more effectively, comfortably express and manage appropriate emotional responses, and have confidence in our decision making. And these together will allow the students to express their emotions effectively and recognize emotions. They are going to become more confident, resilient, and adaptable as mentioned above, and also make wise decisions. Lastly, reducing the stigma. This is very important because we will be able to develop a sense of personal abilities, qualities, and strategies, identify positive and safe relationships, and build ability to identify forms of discrimination. And these will together allow students to build strength in recognizing personal qualities and achievements, understand relationships, and appreciate diverse perspectives. Lastly, let me explain the strengths and the limitation and potential biases of the Youth Mental Health First Aid course. The strengths of the course include a robust, evidence-based, strong consumer focus, and expertise in tailoring training messages into a range of local and international contexts, which can be implemented in an educational setting, is what was mentioned in the Mental Health First Aid Association. It has been awarded a number of awards for excellence from the mental health services. It was also listed in the U.S. Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration's National Registry of Evidence-Based Programs and Practices, which is a very credible and effective intervention for young people. The course is backed by strict guidelines using the consensus of experts, including mental health professionals and people with real-life lived experiences. It is also constantly evaluated with studies of its efficiency, including 2 meta-analyses with the strongest levels of scientific evidence. On the other side, on the limitation and potential biases, the course does not provide adequate information for support for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. It addresses this limitation by providing a brief guideline and an additional course specifically focused on ATSI people, providing skills on how to assist those ATSI people. It is also limited, and it has limited information on how to provide support for LGBTQ, migrants, refugees, and EALD communities. There are not too many longitudinal studies into education, and mental health relationships makes it hard to see a true relationship between the two factors over a longer period of time. Despite these limitations and potential biases, the strengths and potentials of these courses are far too great to ignore, and hence is why we believe that our school, Rodbury High School, should also take part in taking this course and developing more richer, more fully prepared mental health communities for our own students.
To conclude, knowing how to assist our students' mental health and wellness and imparting that knowledge to our students is pivotal in providing a supportive learning environment. It is essential for the well-being of students in our care and also our own well-being that we can deal with these situations appropriately. The course improves teachers' knowledge, their behavior towards people suffering, and reduces the stigma around mental health, which collectively creates a positive impact in supporting all aspects of mental health and developing the students' personal and social capabilities. We hope you will take into consideration of the rise in mental health and the importance of support needed for all our students who is suffering, and implement the Youth Mental Health First Aid course that will act as an intervention to such crises and help us to create a more positive and supportive environment for our own students. Thank you.